This video is sponsored by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform that I use for all of my website needs. Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. I hope you are well wherever you are in the world. My name is Kevin Mullins. I am a documentary photographer based here in the very cold United Kingdom. It's freezing here today, in fact, and it's quite odd for the end of November. We had some snow yesterday, but there you go. We'll probably get through this little cold patch and it'll warm up again, and then it'll get cold again, and then it'll be Christmas, and then it'll be 2025. Anyway. This video, I am going to take you through some images from my most recent wedding. And if you hang around till the end, you will see the entire photo film that the clients got. Now, I'm going to talk to you about some of my favorite images, why I shot them, how I shot them, the technicalities of it. And if you're a Fujifilm photographer, you will hear me talk about the autofocus and why I think it's absolutely fine. And if you are any style of wedding photographer, really, whether it's editorial or documentary, I hope you get something out of this video, because we all know that regardless of what style of wedding photography you choose to shoot, you will be shooting some candid along the way. So I do hope you find it useful, and yeah, let's crack on. As mentioned, we will be going through the whole of the photo film towards the end of the video, so do hang around for that. In the meantime, I'm just going to cherry pick some of my favorite images, starting with this one. I've said loads of times actually on this channel about this idea of being an observer rather than a photographer. And these are the kind of images I love to get. This obviously is the bridal car. It's the car that's about to take the bride to the church. But I'm viewing this as she views it. This is the scene that she will be seeing from her bridal bedroom at the moment. Behind me, she's getting ready. She's having her makeup done. All of that good stuff is going on. So this is an element of bringing that moment back to her, rather than just a very pristine portrait of the car sat outside the church. And that's fine, of course. I really do prefer to get these kind of images that will take her right back to that moment in time on the wedding morning. So let's talk a little bit about reflections. I love reflections, and whenever I see a mirror, whether that's at bridal prep or maybe it might be at the wedding venue later on, whatever, I just love looking out for it. So in this case, by the way, I'm shooting on two X-T5s here, one with the 18mm f1.4 and one with the 56mm f1.2 lens. So here in these two cases, I've got the bride. She's putting her makeup on through the mirror, of course, very easy. And then again, that observational stuff keeps going. We've got a bridesmaid here who is using a handheld iron to iron her husband's shirt, actually. And I'm just using the reflection from the TV screen for that, to be totally honest with you. Very simple. And again, back into the bridal prep room. Got this lovely view. Getting close, using that 18mm lens. Very quick image, looking for that light, looking for the angles, looking for the reflection, composing it properly, and then taking that shot. Okay, now on to this one, where this is all about the light. You know, positionally, I can't really get where I want to be, perfect shots, compositionally wise, but the light is there, and the bride's decided to do her own makeup. She's just kind of knelt down in front of the window there, and just, you know, big smile on her face. I've decided to stand above her with the 18mm lens. I've metered for that light. I'm using a spot metering. I'm in fully automatic mode here. Everything is on P. So I'm just using the camera to see the light. I'm twitching the camera and I'm getting the shot that I want. Okay, this one's actually more about using my ears. I overheard the bride chatting to her mum earlier in the day, saying something along the lines of, "Mum, do you remember when we were kids and you used to put my makeup on me? Well, today I'm going to do that for you." Obviously, the bride is pretty dab-handed with makeup. She'd already done her own. So I waited and waited and waited. Just before I had to leave, I get the shot. Again, compositionally wise, it's not perfect, but it's about that moment, isn't it? And I'm trying to use the mirror to get that kind of emphasis of that old and new and mixing up with all of that emotions that happens on the day. So this is actually one of my favorite images from the day because of that very reason. Fast forward to just before the ceremony, and what's not to love about this, hey? The little tiny bridesmaid and one of the little page boys pointing out that the car's come in, yay! And the excitement is palpable. And here is the car. Now, what I'm trying to do here is give a little bit of context. This is using the 56mm lens, so it's quite a long way away still, the car. And I've got that lady who's completely ambivalent to the entire thing that's happening around her. Nothing to do with the wedding, just sat on the fence, sat listening to her phone, having a conversation, and all behind her is this new story, this embryonic life, this marriage that's just about to kick into action. is all unfolding around her. And that's what I love about this kind of context picture. You know, we can get that very simple shot of the car approaching us, but actually going a little bit wider sometimes add a little bit to it. So now we have the bride and her dad walking down the aisle, and you can just about see the tear in the bride's eye. She's so proud. What a great day. And she's loving every minute of this. Of course she is. And this is shot with a 56mm. And this is what I mean about autofocus with the Fujifilm cameras. It's absolutely fine. There are several people that I know who ask me, you know, Kev, autofocus of the Fujifilm is getting a bit of a bad rep, and it is getting a bad rep, but I do not know why. Maybe I just have cameras that have special fairies in them. I really do not know. But one thing I know, that shooting as a documentary wedding photographer, I don't need to be shooting everything at 15 frames per second with face detection and eye detection on. It takes away the joy of it. The joy for me is seeing these moments, preparing for them, capturing them and taking them. The autofocus system in the Fujifilm X-T5s, is definitely at least, is absolutely fine for what I need. This is such a beautiful picture for me, and I absolutely love it. This was edited, all of these images, in fact, are edited with Film Edition 3, my Lightroom presets and profiles. Follow the link below and you can get 10% off with the code YT10. What a beautiful photo. I just want to talk about the sponsor of today's episode, Squarespace. And I've used Squarespace for a very long time now, and you can use it too. You can start a completely personalized website with the new guided design system, Squarespace Blueprint. Choose from professionally created layout and styling options to build a unique online presence from the ground up, tailored to your brand or your business, and optimized for every device. You can even sell your products and services with an online store, just like I do, whether you sell physical goods, digital content, prints or services. Squarespace has the tools you need to start selling online. You can even add appointments to your Squarespace website and start accepting clients if you are doing some kind of scheduling. Squarespace really is the system that I would recommend to any photographer of any size of business. Go to squarespace.com/Kevin Mullins for 10% off your first website or domain hosting. And shots like this, pretty standard. I always want to try and get a shot of the back of the wedding dress. I know nothing about wedding dresses, but I do know that they're expensive and the brides love them. So typically this is the kind of shot I want to get from the back of the aisle. Beautiful light on it at this point, and it makes a lovely black and white image. And this is just about moving around, seeing the foreground and the background, foreground and background. So you see here, got the brides, nice shot of the bride. They're singing, they're reading from the book. And then we just switch it, keeping my eye open all the time to the bridesmaids in the background. Just switch the angle, front, back, front, back. It makes for a very powerful way of telling a story throughout the wedding series. And these couple of images here are more about just observation. Again, just noticing here. I didn't know beforehand, but just noticing the bride didn't have her shoes on. And there we have a couple of the little kids, you know, some of them looking a little bit more interested than the others. Nice little capture. And then it's back to the back of the church for the first kiss. And of course, when that happens, it's a shot you have to get as a wedding photographer. And what I like to do is like the follow-up emotions, the glances, the little smiles. They're all killer moments. And then it's the walk down the aisle, new husband and wife, kiss on the hand, lovely light. Autofocus working perfectly fine here. Back button focusing, of course, for me. You'll find loads of that stuff on my YouTube channel or on my website, f16.click. And then they're outside. I've followed them out. I've come out in front of them. In fact, they do this lovely little kiss. Composition's not great. Could have got a bit more of the flowers in, perhaps. But, you know, when you're working candidly and rapidly, you're just looking for those smiles, that emotion, that human touch. Now, remember, you'll see the whole of the photo film at the end, but we've gone forward now. It's the confetti run at the family home. And I always try and get in really quite close to the guests. I like to give my clients pictures that look like they're from a guest side point of view, rather than a kind of random photographer at the front of the line. That way, the images, I think, have more context, more reality to them, certainly. And it means that the guests, the clients, everybody are just interacting with each other during these photos. And again, I really like this. A lot of emotion, a lot of movement, a lot of flowers being thrown, the hands giving it a little bit of dynamic touch too. And then it's the part of the day I like to call the hugathon. I'm right in there with my 18mm lens. I'm always behind the bride. Always when I can be, I'm behind the bride. The bride doesn't need to be seeing my face, but I want to see the face of the people that are engaging with her. It might be the only photo of that gentleman throughout the day. You never know. But then we have photos like this as well. The mum and I believe a couple of her sisters. This is so much nicer than just a formal group shot. Not that there's anything wrong with those, of course. This is the type of image that I love. That interaction, the arm around the shoulders, glass of fizz, lots of smiles, really happy people, just being people. And still at this point of the day, the hugathon, and I'm keeping my eyes open. I'm always looking. In fact, I typically shoot with both eyes open, and I can kind of use peripheral vision if you like. And I see the bride and groom, a little interaction, turn around, quick shot, move on. Do not interrupt the moment that's unfolding. I get my shot and move on, carry on doing something else. So that was a quick blast through, 20, 25 images. Don't know exactly how many it was. I hope it helped. Just a little talking. I like to do these videos every now and again. For those of you that are either thinking about documentary wedding photography or use candid wedding photography during your normal style. And it's nice to just chat and talk about how and why I take those pictures. Now remember, I'm going to give the Photofilm. It's coming up right now. As soon as I finish this little bit here. Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring the video. And any questions, leave them below. And don't forget 10% off my presets. Also using the code YT10. Photofilm coming up. See you next time. Bye-bye.
We got love that we'll never need to hide. Love will always rise above. Whatever comes, we will be just fine. If I am yours and you are mine. Take my hand and let's fly away to another galaxy. Hold me close, I want to feel your love. Together we are free. Just be with me. Just be with me. Just be with me. Now we're one with the sun over our heads, and at night we'll be the stars. We can go any place that we want to. I don't care if that's too far. Take my hand and let's fly away to another galaxy. Hold me close, I want to feel your love. Together we are free. Just be with me. Just be with me. Just be